Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at Melody Source, which is a VST. It's an artificial intelligence melody generator. I'd like to say hello to Ivan. Hi Ivan. And I'd like to say hello to Stephen as well, and also to Joe, who's here. Hello Joe. And anyone else who's watching and who may be watching later. So I'm going to explain exactly how Melody Source works. Now, you know, I don't need a thing to generate melodies for me. However, this is really cool because if you're stuck for ideas, this is absolutely epic. So, first of all, in this little session, I'm going to open another session in a sec, and then I'm going to build a session from scratch so you know exactly how this works. It's very, very easy. I'm using it in Studio One, so the setup is slightly different for each DAW you're using, say for instance Cubase, etc., or whatever. So you'll see there we have a melody source, which is this. We'll get into this in just a sec. Melody source was playing this melody here. I've now transferred it into MIDI. I'm going to show you that as well. I was playing the brass and I put the drums in. So for instance, I did this was the first thing I did. Just played some chords in. Okay, and then I added a melody source and I think this was a Synth Master 2 here. Let me see. Oh yes, I've got these soloed. So this Synth Master 2 doing this Mystic Pluck 2, and then this one was a MIDI, which is one of the Studio One instruments, doing this brass, and then I put the thing wrong. MIDI doing this bass, which was also generated by Melody Source. So the pluck and the bass were made by Melody Source and had nothing to do with me at all. So that's very cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly save that session. I'm going to go back to my start screen. Oh, hello. Excuse me. And hit Melody Source 2, which was another one I did, kind of using the same idea. Okay, there it is. Now this one has a UVI doing the drums and just one Synth Master 1 and then a melody source. Now this one is really simple, so once we've run through this one I will show you how to set it up as well. So So that melody there being played by Synth Master 1 was created by Melody Source. Super cool. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll go back to our start menu again, and I will go new song, and I'll just create an empty project here. And the first thing I will add in is actually I'll add a melody source in first. So I can show you how to set this up. So we want to go to instruments. Where are we here? Oh, that's weird. Oh, here we go. There we go, Evabeat. So we're looking for in our instruments tag, we're looking for Evabeat, and then we want to be opening that up and choosing melody source. I'm going to drop that in there like this. So you drop it into an instrument slot, just like any VST. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that just for a sec. And then we need to choose an instrument for melody source to actually play. So we'll do that first without adding anything else. So we're going to keep this real nice and simple. We'll go to PreSonus and we'll add in a MIDI synth. Okay, and now this will be automatically routed to my MIDI keyboard. So we'll just go and choose a preset. So I'll go into leads and maybe just go down a bit and choose what's this. I'll just get the volume down on that bit. Okay, so what we need to do in Studio One, of course, I can't show you the other doors, but because I use Studio One, but what we're going to do is we're going to open the information tag here, and where it says MIDI, melody source we don't need to worry about. See, melody source is going to all inputs, that's absolutely fine. Output is melody source, input is all inputs. We're going to go to MIDI, and we're going to choose, at the moment, it will play through my MIDI keyboard and anything else I have connected as well. Please strike the like, guys, if you're watching the video. That would be very cool. And then in the information section for MIDI here, where it says all inputs, we're going to open the drop down menu and we're going to choose melody source like this. And we're going to leave MIDI highlighted. So that's highlighting melody source. And then, but we're going to open melody source here. Now here's how this works. You choose your key and your scale initially here. So it has all the keys and the scales. Okay, so A minor, C major being the relative for that. So, and then all of the others are there as well. So we'll leave it on C major, A minor. We'll leave the speed on fast. Excuse me just one sec. We're going to leave the speed on fast. We're going to leave the octave in the middle. We're going to leave swing off for the moment. We're going to leave triple off, and we're going to leave syncopation on. And then in this middle section here, this is where you choose how the melody will be generated. So if I tap on this one, it will be simple and light. This one would be simple and dark. And then this would be a mixture of both. And then we can have complex and light, complex and dark, or a mixture of both, and then a mixture of both like this. Okay, so let's start with a complex dark like this, and immediately it generates a rhythm for us. Now what I'm going to do is set my loop markers for 4 bars. I'm just going to engage the loop, and when I press play now, what will happen is, theoretically, is the melody source will play MIDI. So let's see what happens when we press play. And it's going to generate 4 bars, 4 bars of MIDI for us. Okay, so that's very cool indeed. So we get 4 bars of MIDI, and we've got a complex and a dark. So, and there it is. There we can play it via the transport. Okay, so we can generate another one. Let's generate a simple but dark, and there it goes there. And let's generate a a both here, and then let's generate this one here. Let's generate a both for simple here, and then another, and we can just carry on generating these melodies, right? So the one that's highlighted will be the one that plays first, and then we just select them as we wish them. So let's hear what Melody Source has done for us, shall we? So this should be the first one we played. Let's try the next one. Try the next. You can do note swap. Okay. Now below this we have harmonize. So let's pick one we like. I quite like the first one actually. So we'll choose this one. Let's check. Okay. Now I'm going to go into my MIDI synth again this time, and let me just show my MIDI routines at the moment. I'll go back to all inputs. Now this is a mono sound, so I'm going to change it to poly. Okay, we're going to go back in and change the inputs back to melody source. That's cool beans. Leave this on highlighted so we want them to hear the MIDI. And I'll show you what harmonize does. So let's press play again. Okay, so we can do high harmony. Mid. Low. Or an octave below. Then we have legato on. So the notes will join into each other. And then, like I said, over on this side, we have swing. And then triplet. So it's either swing or triplet. And then if we turn syncopation off, you'll get a more natural feel. Hi Kev. Hi Stephen. Hi Kenny. And then we have slow. Octave down. Octave up. So here's the cool thing. What we can do is when we've generated all this MIDI data, we can swap through and choose, and we can take it out. We can go note swaps for light to dark, etc. And whatever settings are applied here will be applied to the MIDI that we now are going to drop onto this MIDI track here. So all we need to do, you see just next to the play button, there's a little icon here. We just pick this up like this, press it and hold on the mouse. And then we just drop that in to there like that. Okay, and then what we can do, we can move, let's just go with a zoom. We can put in another one here. So let's go back to our see what's going on melody. So let's take our third melody and drop that next to this one. So now we've got 2, and let's extend this now to 8 bars, like that. And then just let me zoom, see if I'm all right. All right, from right on there, right in the bar. Should be, just check, hang on. Yeah, right, so what we've got now is this. So this will change halfway through. Let me just zoom back in. This is going to change here to the different melody we generated. Now what I can do, the thing to do now is where it says input melody source, we don't need to be worrying about that now. So we'll just go back to all inputs. Okay, melody source can stay where it is. That's absolutely fine. We never need to adjust that again. So what we've got now is this going on. Hang on, I'll play it now. So what's nice now is if whatever you've done, we can just double click on this and open the editor. And if whatever notes we want to change, we can change. So it's generated the melody for us. And if we don't like it, it's lovely. Kev says, what is the melody source? It's lovely. Nah, just kidding. Yeah, Ivan. Right, okay, so we could go in and adjust that melody. So we could take this one up. So let's see what that sounds like now. We've made a slight adjustment. Let's play it from there. Okay, so you see how that works. Now we can leave our melody source, the one we've got, we can leave that there, and we can add another instrument. So let's close out our MIDI editor. Let's add a presence instrument, and let's load a preset for a kickoff. Let's load some Rhodes. This one. And why aren't I getting my MIDI? Oh, it's still loading, that's why. It must be quite a big patch. So it'll load this. So we've got this. I'm going to just play this. I know it's A minor. Okay, so with this one, I'm going to play some chords to go along with the melody. But first of all, I'm going to think, well, I could do with a bit of a few drums in here. So we'll just use some drum loops. Let's see what this one is. I'll do it. And we'll just drop that in there. So, boom. And we'll just duplicate this a few times. No, didn't need to go nuts. Just make sure the volume's down for it a bit as well. So. Joe, could you bring us some pop-up, please, darling? So we'll go back to our highlighted Rhodes, and I'll just play some chords in the key of A minor. Let's give us metronome. So will I get a count? Will I get a count in? No, I don't need the metronome, but I do want a count in. So I'm going to settings here, switch pre-count on, but 1 bars. 1 bar will be absolutely fine. So all I need to do is press 1 bar, record on my fader port, and we're away. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, because I am, that I'm not really keen on that lead sound. Oh, just bear with me a sec. Right, so I'm going to, that was it, Joe was just bringing, we can go in now and we can change the sound of our synth to something, I want something a little less kind of, if we go into, this is in our MIDI, isn't it? Yeah. Something a little bit less. I like that. That's nicer. So. Okay, so very cool. I think we can probably lower this, slow it down a bit. I think to about 92 BPM. And of course, experience the Genius Audio stretching in Studio One as well. Awesome stuff. So what we're going to do now is leave melody source there and add another synth. So I'm going to go to our instruments again, and I think we can, let's add something else. Let's go with Newfangled Audio's Generate instrument. This is live and very special. Okay, so when it loads, here it goes. We're gonna choose a bass sound. I can't see I'm just gonna have to change the color a bit so I can see. There it goes. That's better. So let's look for bass. Now I'm gonna. I'm going to leave it on that sound for now, and we can have a mess around with it shortly. But what I'm going to do here is where it says, again, this instrument's called Generate. It's by Newfangled Audio. I'm going to where it says all inputs, I'm just going to send that now to this melody source and open. Let's pin this open as well so it doesn't close. Let's drop it down here. Let's open melody source, but we need to keep our highlight instrument so we hear the MIDI. So let's this time unmute this and let's just clear everything out here. And this time I'm going to do simple. Oh, actually, I'll do complex but dark, but I'll have it running slow. So now melody source should play generate. Sounds quite good, actually. I think that sounds quite good. Yeah, that's actually all right. So you couldn't, when we've done that, we can take our MIDI again and drop it onto here, like that. And this is giving us the full eight bars of it now, so that's cool. So now what we can do is take our input here and put all inputs again. And what we'll do is we'll add something tinkly over the top, but we'll also use melody source. But like I said, if you don't like any of these, you can go into your MIDI editor and go, right, well, all right, you know what I mean? It was a bit steeple. I'll erase this one and go back to my extend that one. I'll extend this one to there. I want to see what happens. But what we'll do now is to make the track a little bit more interesting. We will just duplicate this bass, and then on this first track here, we'll just delete it. And let me see. Let me just zoom in a bit so I can see what's going on. Then I'll take these three and duplicate them across as well. So the bass won't come until the second part. And then again, what we'll do is take these four and just duplicate those and move them back to the right place. And then in this section here, so I'm going to set my let me just zoom again so it's closer. I'm going to take loop points here. I'm gonna just let me open up a bit so make sure I'm on right start. So I am. Yeah. So now if we start with here. So what I'm going to do now is add, we don't need to worry about this because I've disconnected all the instruments from melody source. So you only ever really need one melody source to be running. So what we're going to do is open another instrument now. Instruments, and I'm going to put some bells in from Synthmaster 2, I think. Just going to browse. I'm going to let's see some bells. Yeah, that one. Otherwise we could be here all day just looking for sounds. And again, I'm going to go all inputs and then choose melody source as the input for Synthmaster. We're going to leave Synthmaster highlighted. I'm going to open up the melody instrument. Melody source instrument, sorry. I'm going to turn the volume down for Synthmaster because that's quite loud, and generate complex both here. I'm going to unmute that now. Play. Uber. Yeah. So, you know, you don't have to go as dense as that, but I wanted to give you like an idea. The fact that once you've set up your key and scale, you're good to go. You can mess around with it as much as you like. And like I said, it's super simple to set up from scratch. I will show you one more time before we go. So we'll do another project. So I'll just go back to start here, new song, and I'll go okay, and it'll set me up a new thing. Let's go with some loops maybe. Let's see. I don't know. Actually, let's do something different. Let's set up something with some loops from UVI's Beat Anthology, and we'll just double click to open that. Open Beat Anthology. Let it load up its bits and pieces, and I'm going to that'll do it. Just stop there. I'm going to go to sequence, generate the MIDI for that. I'll just drop it onto the track, and I'll just duplicate it. So we've got 4 bars of that beat there. So okay, and then I will set my loop points so we're not continually running backwards. And this one I'll slow this down, and we'll set with some piano, and we'll put some effects on the piano. So we'll keep this one real simple. I'm not sure if it do drums. I think it's mainly made for keys and melodies. Ivan, I don't know. Anyway, so like I said, we've got some drums we can mess with. I'm just going to turn the loop on. I'm going to do a melody source. So and then we shall find a really nice piano. So let's go with some from Contact. Let's open Contact. So this should be quite nice. Let's go down to Noir Felt, and just relax while Noir loads. There we go. It's still loading. See, once it's loaded, I'll be able to access the presets better. But you know, this is quite the large. It's nearly 8 gigabytes of sampling, so it just takes a couple of seconds to load. Hope you're all right. And tonight's live stream, we're doing the new modern effects from Elliott Garage, so that should be cool. And don't forget to strike the like if you're enjoying the video today. So there we go. So there is some let's make this nice and ethereal. So that's a really nice sound. And then we're going to again hit our little information tab so we can see what's going on with the channel and choose melody source. And this one, once we've opened the melody source instrument, this one we do want dark. I want it dark and complex, right? Like this. I want syncopation off for a start off and legato on, and I also want to let me just do this. Okay. I also want it to be slower, the actual the tempo of the track. So we're going to slow this right down to something like, well, yeah, let's go really slow, 60 BPM for the start off. So the drums are going to be really nice and slow, and the piano should be quite slow as well. Again, well, let's change the key as well this time. Let's do this with a D minor and relative to F major. So let's just press play. Not sure why we're not hearing anything. That's strange. Try this. Very odd. Let's try it with another. Let's try it with something else. Let's try it with another piano. Let's try it with the PreSonus piano. Open up presence. Piano. Let's try this. Just let that load. I don't know why that's not loaded. Muted, is it? No. Load another one, hang on. Probably something I'm doing this. So I'm gonna generate complex. Let's try the contact one again. Works now. And we could actually have, I suppose, let's generate another one. Some harmony. Anyway, that's nice. Guys, thanks so much for joining me this afternoon where we took a look at Melody Source. Inside Studio One. Yeah, bless you all. Thank you for joining me, and I'll give you a few minutes to say ta-ra to each other. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all later this evening where we will be taking a look at the new Elliott Garage app called Modern Effects, which is due for release, I don't know, maybe in a few days. It's on pre-order now anyway, so that would be cool. Yeah, please strike the like, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll see you all later.